Should you launch your crowdfunding project on Kickstarter or Indiegogo? Let's dig into the research and find out. For most creators, the two biggest crowdfunding platforms are Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Historically, these platforms were quite different, with Kickstarter built on the all-or-nothing funding model and Indiegogo built on the keep-it-all funding model. However, Indiegogo now gives creators the choice between both types of funding model. Moreover, it now has the functionality to import your Kickstarter campaign directly into Indiegogo. So you can run an initial campaign on Kickstarter and then run it again on Indiegogo. For creators, this may seem like it's easy money, but running back-to-back campaigns is definitely playing on super hard mode. But many people have done this successfully, and it provides a unique opportunity to explore and compare the two platforms. A recent paper attempted this by identifying 62 projects in the technology and design category on Kickstarter, which was subsequently launched on Indiegogo, and which had a minimum funding goal of $1,000. The paper wanted to understand which campaign signals were most effective across both platforms. This was easier for all or nothing projects as the project outcome was a binary variable, but for keep it all projects, they had to create a proxy success variable. What are these campaign signals? Research in this area uses signaling theory to examine how creators provide information to backers to help them make an informed choice about their projects. This could be a campaign video, story page, or updates. But for the purposes of this study, they focused on two main signals: creator credibility and project quality. For creator credibility, they were interested in success experience, where that's just where creators had previously launched a successful campaign. Failure experience, where creators had launched a prior campaign that failed. Backer experience, which is where creators had backed at least one other project on the platform. And finally, industry experience, which is when the project was in line with the industry experience of the creator. For project quality, they were interested in two variables: project preparedness, which is evidence of a video, a text, images on the campaign page, and third-party endorsements, which is evidence of blog reviews, social proofing, etc. And the analysis is quite complicated, but led to the following table. You can see here there were 5 signal configurations on Kickstarter that were associated with success, but only 2 on Indiegogo. To understand this in more detail, let's look at configuration K1 on the Kickstarter side. This configuration only includes signals for failure experience and backer experience. So this means the creator had backed at least one Kickstarter project and launched and failed at least one other Kickstarter project. And that's it. The K1 configuration has no signals of project quality at all. It's just creator credibility. The other 4 configurations all had at least one signal of project quality, so this is still an important area to focus on. What this also tells us is that past failure on Kickstarter is not interpreted as a negative by backers, as some creators may fear. So if you launch a Kickstarter campaign and it fails, that's okay. Make changes and launch it again. It's also interesting to note that all the Kickstarter configurations required backer experience signals to be present. That's why it's important for Kickstarter creators to back other people's projects. On the Indiegogo side, the interesting thing to note is that prior experience was not a signal of note for either configuration, but backer experience and third-party endorsements were. This tells us something interesting about the all-or-nothing funding model, namely that community signals are paramount. You need to have backed other projects and need some social proof to vouch for your projects. These are key signals that Indiegogo backers are looking for. So if you're importing your Kickstarter directly into Indiegogo, you need to make sure that these signals are present in the campaign. Otherwise, you could be harming your chances of success. Overall, what this paper shows are potential configurations to help creators best position their campaigns for success. If you're on Kickstarter and have no third-party social proofing signals, then you better make sure that you have the other signals in place. Conversely, if you're planning to use Indiegogo, then you need to be seen as a backer of other campaigns and also have social proofs on your own campaign. To answer the initial question, you can launch on either platform, but note the all-or-nothing model requires stronger signaling than the keep-it-all model. This is likely because there's more uncertainty about the project. The findings also suggest that keep-it-all models require more community-based signals from creators, which could be extra work if you're not already on those platforms. The bottom line for both platforms is that you must back other campaigns. This is an important signal that other backers will use to judge your project, regardless of its quality.